Are you a homeowner in the Greater Edmonton Area, or are you thinking of becoming one? Well, if you are, I have the latest news on what happened in the real estate market for October 2023. Stick around to the end of this video so that you can learn about how the current market could affect your personal real estate goals. In October, we saw another slight decrease in activity, as should be expected, because seasonally we typically have fewer buyers in the mix. There are also fewer listings to hit the market as well. Most people definitely prefer to move in good weather with no snow on the ground, of course. So we typically do see a slowdown in our market for a few months at this time of year. Total sales were down 12% month over month from September, and listings dropped 8.8%. But that being said, we're still seeing much stronger numbers than we did at this time last year. There's been 21,000 sales so far this year, which is a 20% total increase in sales overall compared to October 2022. Now that the market isn't so shell-shocked by the interest rate increases, both buyers and sellers have been more active overall. So October had 3.5 months of inventory, which dictates a balanced market, meaning supply and demand have evened out a bit more at the moment. Less than 3 months is a seller's market. So with 3.5 months, we're in a balanced market, but we're pretty close to that seller's market as well. The average price for a home in the Greater Edmonton area right now sits at $397,000 when you factor in all residential sales and housing types. In September, the average price was $394,000, so this metric has increased a tiny bit month over month, but that's a pretty small increase, so I would say it definitely remains stable and steady. To dive a bit further into average pricing and break it down by housing category, for detached homes, the average price was $487,000, which is a 1.4% decrease from September. For semi-detached, we're looking at $386,000, which is 9% up and great to see. And for townhouses, $259,000, so that's another small decrease. Townhouses were actually a very strong product last month with a 5% average price increase, but it looks like duplexes were the winner this month, going up 9%. Buyers definitely are still readjusting their budgetary expectations and compensating for the higher interest rates. Moving along, the average list to sale price ratio was 97% in October. So houses were selling for 97% or just below asking price. Days on market. It was taking 46 days for a property to sell on average in October. So homes were selling slightly slower than they did in September, which saw a 44-day average, but again, pretty steady. Total residential sales and listings both decreased month over month when we compare the numbers to September, as I mentioned earlier, but we're up 21% overall in sales from October of 2022. Buyers are definitely accustomed to the higher interest rates now, and that's why we're seeing such an increase of activity when we compare these numbers year over year when the market was fairly slow. That being said, our market always does slow down in the fall and the winter, which is why we're seeing that normal decrease month over month when we're comparing October to September's numbers. The average price for detached homes in Edmonton stayed fairly steady, but again, last month it was the row houses that saw a big increase. This month it's duplexes that saw a 9% increase in average pricing. And this has kind of been a trend this year where buyers have adjusted their expectations to compensate for those higher interest rates. And everyone knows that Alberta has been seeing a massive population increase since this time last year and even before that. And Calgary has been booming basically more than any other area. The Greater Edmonton Area is kind of the last frontier right now for affordable housing while not sacrificing on any of those desirable amenities. So in my opinion, we are next, and my prediction is that the Edmonton area is going to be the next to experience a boom. So if you're a buyer in our market and you're shopping right now, it might make sense for you to put in an offer on that property that you've had your eye on while you can still have the power to negotiate and get that great deal. All of this being said, your situation is unique to you, whether you're buying or selling. So take real estate market updates as a general synopsis to help you inform your decisions. If you want a more accurate analysis of your property value, or if you're thinking of buying and want to know more about any hidden opportunities within our market that could affect you, contact me to set up a meeting. My contact details are in the caption below, and I will see you next time with an updated report, so stay tuned.